Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I'm stretching my scrapbooking skills today. Come along with me and see how I do. So I have a sketch here from Christy's Beautiful Life, day 16, created by Angie Saylor Alshazik. Don't know how to say that. It looks like it's got some circles with mixed media, splatters, a couple of strips, a single photo, matted, crooked. I think this is kind of crooked on here too. Embellishment cluster, embellishment cluster, embellishment cluster. And I have this photo of my daughter and I recently at the San Antonio livestock show and rodeo, and the obligatory bad rodeo food. I mean, it was delicious, but bad for you. So she didn't take a lot of other pictures that whole weekend, actually, which, so this may be the only page we have to document her weekend away. I took photos, but she spent time with her boyfriend. So I asked her, this has hearts on it. Do you want hearts or stars? She said stars because it was the rodeo. So we're going to do some stars. So I have some star punches, and I've pulled some paper from a Reminisce paper pack. Just some burgundy. She has a kind of a dusty rose purse on, and meat. So I've got golds and burgundies. I think that's going to look good, and I can make it look a little rustic for the rodeo. I have cut this vanilla piece down 1/2 inch on each side so that I can do what they seem to have done in the sketch and lay it on there crooked. I have rarely done this, and I've not done it in this album for her yet, so I think that's a good idea. I like it. And then the picture will go, so we've got crisscross. I pulled a few little pieces of ephemera from my ephemera albums that color-wise match and theme okay match. So I have those. We're going to set those aside. I have my metallic watercolors here, so I just need to try and color match some of them. I think we'll probably do this pearl and these two colors here. They're not perfect matches, but I think it's going to be okay. This one especially I like. So we'll see how that goes. I may also throw in I may have some Distress Oxide that is a little closer color match as well. So I'm gonna speed things up from here and take you guys along with me. So I have my Creative Memories circle template here and several different distress inks and oxides that I'm going to use. I think it's antique linen, the one that has preserves in the name, and then a lighter pinkish color. I didn't have the oxides in these two colors, but this Concord Preserves, I think it might be called, I'm not sure, is a really good match for the burgundy paper that I'm using. So I'm using that Creative Memories circle cutter just as a guide so that I can, because I didn't want to draw pen marks on it or pencil marks on it. So I'm just using that as a rough guide. I am shifting it around a little bit to sort of loosen the circle, if you will. And here's that antique linen, just to get some neutrals on there. And then it's time for the metallic watercolors. I did have to take a little time to fill my brush, so I've edited that out. And I'm using sort of a bronzy color. And these have a little shimmer to them, so it's kind of nice. And then I want to put some more red shimmer, so I start with this pink. And then I look for something that I can add to it to create the color I want, and I add a little purple to it, and I get really close to that that first ink that I used, but with metallic. So I'm really pleased with how that came out. And then I start doing some splatters. I'm not as happy with the splatters. I feel like I get splattered in the face as much as I get on the paper. I'm just not very good at it. I need to get a fan brush is my problem, I think. I'm using paint brushes that aren't really ideal for this. So I'm just doing splatters in a couple of the different metallics only. And I had run out of water, so I'm trying to just add some more water to it. I mean, it's sufficient. There are sprinkles on it, but I really wanted a better variety of drops and stuff, and I just didn't get that. But it's okay. I'm still happy with how it came out. One more little effort at it. And I was really pleased that this did not create too much wet on the paper. It didn't buckle too much or anything like that. So I was just really, really pleased with it. So that's complete. And then I'm going to gut. I'm just doing some ink, and I'm using the Vintage Photo ink on that. It's a real light brown, so it doesn't show up on the darker pieces of paper, but I feel like it still gives some depth. So now I went to go stick this down and realized, oh, I need to gut that paper because I'm planning to use some of it on the page. So I do it at 1.5 inches, especially since I'm angling things. Make sure I have plenty of space. And trim my photo up. So we went to the San Antonio Rodeo while we were in San Antonio. It happened to be the rodeo. Unfortunately, the only day we had available was the bull riding, and it was like $250 to get a ticket to go see bull riding. So we got tickets for the evening show, and I thought it was just going to be Tejano music, because we usually have a Tejano night here in Houston too, but it wasn't. It was a full-on celebration of Mexico, and so even the rodeo events were Mexican rodeo events, not standard rodeo events. So we were a little disappointed not to get to see the standard rodeo events, especially because I had a friend in town from Great Britain, and we wanted to show him a rodeo. But we did get to see mutton busting, and we did get to eat some junky rodeo food. So that at least was a success. And we went in and watched the competitions, the showing of the animals. So that was really cool to be able to watch some of that and the kids showing their animals. So it's a little bit smaller rodeo than the Houston Rodeo, but it was really neat. And they had, you know, all the stuff that we have at our rodeo, basically. Oh, and we saw mutton busting, which was the best. And if you haven't seen mutton busting, get yourself to a rodeo and watch some mutton busting. It's the cutest thing ever. So I did these couple of strips, and then I went off and I used stars to and the different papers to create embellishments. I've also at this time inked all of the smaller embellishments that I pulled out of my binders, and I found this beautiful Altenew kind of deep burgundy lettering, and I really struggled with what to write on here. Rodeo food, rodeo yummy rodeo, or something like that. I didn't know what to say, so I ended up with rodeo fair because that can imply multiple things. I did F-A-I-R. I could have done F-A-R-E for the food fair, but I'm trying to use both meanings here. I will straighten these letters up when I put the whole thing together. So I'm just referencing the sketch here. And it had hearts. I used stars since it was rodeo, and I had asked my daughter's opinion on that. So I'm just auditioning the stars, trying to get the right combinations in the right places, trying to do 3 stars in each cluster. So I'm like, okay, that's 4, that's not right. So we're gonna just keep trying things out. And then I wanted to use some of the things that weren't just the stars as well, to use up some of that other ephemera. Also, I have this one that I've had forever, and it says, "We make a great pair," or something like that, and I thought that was really cute for my daughter and I. So I really want to incorporate that somewhere, so I'm going to change some things up. And we're almost done. I think this is the last. So I go off and tape everything down. Things didn't move too much from what I had said. Here I had tested a couple of different Nuvo drops, and I settled on just gold rather than pulling in the copper, which I thought might be a little too brown, because I really didn't use browns on this too much. So just adding some gold. And I think we're just about done. Ready for some close-ups. So I'm really happy with how this came out. I did not include journaling spots since I doubt my daughter will really journal too much, but we probably will add a date on that little tab down at the bottom of the photo. And I'm really pleased with this one. What a great sketch to work from. Thanks a lot, you guys. Give this video a thumbs up and come back for more content.